See, Neil, yesterday a bill failed to pass in Parliament. Some newspaper named it as a delimitation and some as women's reservation. Seriously, I am confused whether to see as a delimitation or women's reservation.
See, Zero, Women's Reservation Bill has already passed in 2023. It was a delimitation bill.
Then why it is being called as women's reservation?
Well, that's the viral political gameplay of our ruling government. To know the exact details and to be an informed citizen of our country, watch this episode till end. A special unfiltered episode by Neel Vadher. See, this episode is so important because by the name of Women's Reservation, our central government was trying to spread propaganda. Actually, it was a delimitation bill. This episode is divided into three phases. First is delimitation. In this phase, we'll answer what is delimitation. Second phase is limitation of delimitation. And third phase is point views of our opposition parties. Delimitation. Delimitation Bill 2026 by our benevolent, beloved ruling government of country was proposed in special session of Lok Sabha. See, according to 131st Constitutional Amendment, Delimitation Bill was proposed in Lok Sabha, which was failed to pass. But by the name of Women's Reservation Bill, they were trying to pass Delimitation Bill. But why to cover this Delimitation Bill by the name of Women's Reservation? That will answer further. But actually, interestingly, Women's Reservation Bill has already passed in 2023. It is now just to be implemented. But what is delimitation? See, to know this topic, we'll have to assume a scenario where we are in a school, nostalgic, isn't it? Teacher has assigned us some homework, you haven't done it and I have done. In this case, who will get punishment? Obviously, you will get punishment, I will not get punishment. But in this case, what if I get punishment? And that's the exact scenario what our opposition parties are trying to convey to our ruling government for this delimitation bill. See, delimitation bill is a process to redraw the boundaries of constitutional assemblies. I repeat, delimitation is a process to redraw the constitutional boundaries. For example, Mohan is a MLA who is responsible for 10 lakh people. And at the same time, second MLA is Mrinalini, who is responsible for 2 lakh people. Now, in this case, who is underrepresented and who is overrepresented? Obviously, Mohan is underrepresented and Mrinalini is overrepresented. But after delimitation, see, according to delimitation, the redrawation of boundaries will be done such that every MLA will be responsible for same amount of people. Therefore, balance and efficiency among the authority will be adjusted. So after delimitation, Mohan will be responsible for 5 lakh people, and at the same time, Mrinalini will also be responsible for 5 lakh people only. But that is the gameplay. See, it is most important to note here that in 1952, there were 489 seats in the Lok Sabha. However, it was redistributed in 1962 and in 1976, it was delimited to 543. Actually, the present number of seats in the Lok Sabha is also 543. Then after 1976, it was freeze for next 25 years. See, there was an emergency and the population was seriously rising quickly. So it was frozen for 25 years, next to 25 years, till 2001. In 2001, Vajpayee government does expand this 25 years once again with the 25 years additional. So now delimitation should be done in 2026, the present year. Why Vajpayee government frozen it for next 25 years? See, at that time, population growth was unbalanced. See, in every state, population was not stagnant. It was increasingly in a rapid pace. So, see, to give justice to the states who were under zero population growth, this was extended for next 25 years till 2026. And this is the year 2026 and our BJP government is in hurry to implement this delimitation bill. Our Hindi speaking states, Bihar with 1.1%, Uttar Pradesh with 0.9%, and Rajasthan with 0.8% holds first, second, and third position in our country with respect to population growth rate. See, however, on contrast, southern states are often referred as zero population growing states. They are clinched to control the number even from 2021 to 2051. This is just incredible. You know what? However, being less population growing states, most of the productivity also comes from southern states itself. You might have listened the famous companies, IT companies names like Zoho and famous IT Madras, a prominent example of institution in our country. In last 5 years, Uttar Pradesh population has increased by 6% with 1.5 crore people, while population growth of Tamil Nadu is 1 or 2% only, with a population increment of 20 lakh people. If after delimitation, every MLA will be responsible for 10 lakh people, Uttar Pradesh will get 15 new MLAs, however, Tamil Nadu will get just 2 new MLAs. So our opposition party is trying to convey this thing to our ruling government that is no cooperative federalism in our country. If this bill was implemented, there was just a demonstration. I mean, diminished cooperative federalism in our country. See, second issue is gerrymandering. What is gerrymandering? I found a video on YouTube. Let me show you.
Have a very tiny state of 50 people. 30 of them belong to the blue party and 20 belong to the red party. And just our luck, they all live in a nice even grid with blues on one side of the state and reds on the other. Now, let's say we need to divide the state into 5 districts. Each district will send one representative to the House to represent the people. Fortunately, because our citizens live in a neatly ordered grid, it's easy to draw 5 lengthy districts, 2 for the reds and 3 for the blues. Voila! Perfectly proportional representation, just as the founders intended. Now, let's say instead that the blue party controls the state government, and they get to decide how the lines are drawn. Rather than draw districts horizontally, they draw them vertically, so that in each district there are 6 blues and 4 reds. With a comfortable blue majority in the state, each district elects a blue candidate to the House. The blues win 5 seats, and the reds don't get a single one. Oh well. Finally, what if the red party controls the state government? The reds know they're at a numerical disadvantage. But with some creative boundary drawing, they can slice the blue population up such that they only get a majority in 2 districts. So despite making up 40% of the population, the reds win 60% of the seats. Not bad. This process of redrawing district lines to give an advantage to one party over another is called...
Great, isn't it? If this delimitation bill was passed, it will obviously favoring our, central government. Now, whatever they want, they can do. So let's enter into the third aspect phase of our episode, that is opposition's point of view. See, what our opposition parties are trying to convey is that if you want to implement this women's reservation bill, you can implement it just now and the time of, present seat numbers, that is 543. But our BJP government cannot do likewise. Why? Because if this bill implement it just now on the basis of current seat numbers, then where will their male members go? So what our opposition parties are saying is that if you increment these numbers to 850, this is not called women's reservation, they are called women's laid on these incremented seats. Obviously. Now, interestingly, this delimitation bill was supposed to be implemented on the basis of 2001 census. Why? See, census are already going on. Census are to be done by 2027 or 28. But if this was on the base of 2027 census, then delimitation committee will be held in 2028. And in ideal situation, this delimitation bill will be processed and completed by 2029. But this is the ideal situation. Governmental authority will be obviously, governmental authorities are lethargic. So they'll be obviously being late to complete this whole process. So by 2029, 2029th Lok Sabha election, this delimitation may not be done. So it may not be favoring, unfortunately, our ruling government. So yes, delimitation bill is important to enhance the efficiency, to make balance in the country, a many democratic country. But see, cooperative federalism in such democracies is must. See, if see what I mean is that if you want to implement this bill, don't implement it now. Freeze this bill for next 25 years, or else you can do likewise that held a special meeting with the opposition parties, discuss with them thoroughly, and then implement this bill, and mention every point clearly in this bill, then and then only propose to Lok Sabha. Without a clear action, this bill will not pass at all. So, I guess now you all are well informed person. Convey your ideas about this bill, share your solution in the comment section, as we all are unique. Thank you so much.